My next video lecture on the disk scheduling. So disk scheduling is done by the operating system to schedule the IO request, that is input and output request, which are arriving for the disk, whatever the input and output request that are arriving. So this disk scheduling means it is done by the operating system to schedule this IO request for arriving the disk. And this disk scheduling can also be known as the IO scheduling. That is input and output scheduling. I'm repeating once again, disk scheduling is done by the operating system to schedule the IO request which are arriving for the disk, and this disk scheduling is also known as IO scheduling. In general, whenever multiple IO requests may arrive for different process. Okay, these multiple IO requests have been arrived for different process, and only one request can be survived. One request can only served for a time for the disk. So remaining IO requests which are needed for and they are waiting for the processing, so they are need to be scheduled. Means which IO request has to be accepted. Okay, first which IO request have to taken for the process. So these are all the things. For this also we need disk scheduling. For this importance also we require disk scheduling. Okay, so there are some important disk scheduling algorithms. Before going to this algorithms, means why we are going for algorithms before the question arrives, why disk scheduling algorithm means. So as I said that whenever multiple IO requests are arriving for the processing, so there only one IO request can be processed. So remaining will be in the waiting list. We can say that they are in the waiting list. So which IO request has to be survived? So we have to schedule for that. So based on some algorithms, we have to schedule the IO requests which are in the waiting one. Okay, so for that there are some important terms based for the disk scheduling algorithms. So before going to completely what are the types of disk scheduling algorithms and what purpose they are going to use, everything, let us have the some important terms. What are the important terms means? So first important terms is seek time. Seek time. Seek time is a time taken to locate the disk arm. Disk arm means it's nothing but like a movement. We can say like a movement. Okay, like a pedal. We can say that. Okay, seek time is a time taken to locate this disk arm for a specified track. So for what purpose specified track means? Where the data is required to read, the data is required to write. So for that purpose we have to locate the disk arm for the specified track. Means we can also say that the time required to move the disk arm to the required task or a specified task. Okay, the time taken to move this disk arm to some specified task. So that is known as the seek time. Here we can say as a task or a track itself. Track means a series of tasks which we are going to run. Okay, and then rotational latency. And one more important point here for the seek time, the disk scheduling algorithm gives minimum average seek time, which will be the better one. Okay, coming to the rotational time, it is a time taken by the desired sector. Let us think now. Normally when we means in circular we can say these are the track. Okay, these are the tracks and this is the sector where the information will be stored in here, means the data will be stored here. Okay, arm is nothing but that moves from here to here, here to here, like that. This is the arm, we can say that. Okay, and this is the sector where the data is going to be stored, and all these are the tracks. Okay, series of one, we can say that. So the rotational latency means the time taken by the desired sector of the disk to rotate in a position, or we can also say as it is the time required to rotate the disk to the required sector. Required sector means which sector, this one or this one or this one. Okay, for what purpose we want that required sector means to access the data, like read data or write data. We can also say as a read and write heads. And the scheduling algorithms that gives minimum rotational time will be the rotational latency is the better one. So this must be least one, and this one also must be least one, that is minimum one. Next, coming to the third term, that is transfer time. We can also called as a data transfer. We can also called as a data transfer or transfer time. So the transfer time is the time taken to transfer the data. Okay, it depends upon the rotation speed of the disk and number of the bytes which are going to be transferred. So that is the transfer time. And completely the fourth one, that is access time. That is the access time. Access time means it is the sum of seek time plus rotational latency plus transfer time. That completely will be your access time. Means let us think this is then a track. Okay, where there are some data which are waiting for the queue itself. Okay, so the time taken, the time required to move the disk arm is the seek time, and the rotational latency, which is the time taken for the rotate the disk for the required sector, and the transfer time, which is the time for the transfer the data. So all this sum is nothing but your access time. We can also called as a disk access time. In my next video, we'll go for the disk scheduling algorithms.